Greetings to all of you. I decided to make this video after I read your comments for the first week. And the primary purpose for this is just to clarify certain things. So often people say, for example, that the good is relative, or that everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. And I'm not denying those things for the moment. What I'm trying to emphasize is that the Greek philosophers are not relativist. So if we say that everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion, we do not also claim at the same time that those opinions are true. For philosophers in general, and I would say for Aristotle, that we read so far, this is clearly the case. There is a truth, and there is clarity about what is good. The fact that he also claims that good can be said in many ways, and it depends on the categories to which you apply the good. So we can talk about the substance, we talk about the quality, we talk about quantity, and so on. Does not mean that good can be anything that we believe. So, for example, since we work in healthcare, right? If we think that there's going to be one good for being a nurse that's different than the good for being a philosopher, or maybe different than the good for a dog, different than the good for a human being, different than the good for a chair or anything like that, any kind of thing you can think of. But it does not mean that there will be different understanding of what it is to be a good nurse. Suppose that I want to be a nurse, and I believe that being a good nurse is to not care about my patients. Now, clearly, that's a bad misunderstanding. That's a misunderstanding in my mind. So the good does not depend on what I believe. There is good. That's why I have to do research. That's why the life of contemplation is important. I am entitled to have my own opinions, but my opinions have to be argued for, have to be justified, have to be explained. Of course, I can say anything I want, sure, but I'm pretty sure that you will not listen to me if I am claiming things that are completely false, or that for which I have no justification, or that if I'm claiming that the good student is the one who uses ChatGPT, or the good student is the one who commits plagiarism, I am hoping that you will not respect me as a teacher. So the main point in all of this is to make a distinction between the reality that we can say things, so we can have the freedom of claiming our whatever beliefs we may have, but it does not mean that the ability to say certain things also makes them true. We still have to argue for things. Otherwise, you'd listen to whatever your children say, and you will not correct them. You will not tell them that sometimes they have to think about different things. Or if you encourage Johnny or Mary to share things, why would you do anything like that? Maybe it's good not to share. What I'm trying to point out again is the fact that there is a clear difference between the ability and the freedom one may have to express his or her own opinion, and whether that opinion is true or false. We can still argue for it, we can still analyze it, we can still think about the reasons one proposes, and so on. At the same time, what I said in the first video, actually, there is a difference between judging the human being and judging the opinion that he or she may have. So, suppose you disagree with what I just said. I am hoping that if you disagree with what I said, what you judge is the opinion itself. You think about the reasons I had for this opinion, and show why this opinion is wrong. But this does not mean that you judge the person. Davi is a complete idiot because he claims those things, or things like that. Okay, anyway, I hope it makes sense. And if you have any questions, by the way, please don't hesitate to contact me about that.